Alaji,
Shaggy.
how about that?
I do.
I beg that your girlfriend wey dey sell bread and beans for junction. Come give me her number, I wan go buy food for her.
Oh yeah, now me too go chop. Oh.
You say wait,
Make I check my phone, give you number.
you shall be you to go chop. Na me born you. Oh yeah, jare 080. Wetin happen?
Shaggy.
Eh?
They don't run me street, oh. I go Ladipo.
Ladipo.
I go Ladipo.
You go look. Alaji, sit down. Sit down. You go Ladipo. Say out a law. Come. I said them say see they put on your password for phone as they do before.
Everything dead here now.
Everything dey there. Oh yeah, take. Take, make you call your bank, make they block your account immediately. You don't know say person wey thief your phone, if you get your personal information, and with your personal information, all the remaining money wey dey your account, if you clear am, I pay you. Now why e good to get both phone lock and SIM lock now? Well, another thing wey you suppose get na USSD code, wey dem dey call short code. Because with that one, if your phone lost again, na simple thing. You go just collect anybody phone wey dey around you. Your bank go block your account straight. The person no go fit use am. Come, wetin dey press sef? Abeg, before my phone disappear for your hand. Well, Alaji, support the law.
Put it low.
No confirm aga. Confirm am again.
This message is brought to you by the Bankers Committee, the Central Bank of Nigeria, in partnership with the Committee of Chief Information Security Officers of Nigerian Financial Institutions.
I just came back from the mall. You see the things I bought. I can't wait to see you people over the weekend, though. We're going to have so much fun. My love, can I call you back? Just 1 second, please. 1 second. Ha! Which kind of lakoba be this? Hey, don't be for me, oh.
Why don't be for you? But that's why when they speak Pidgin, wetin happen?
I just dey receive debit alert and I don't give anybody my details.
You sure say no be all these things wey go buy for supermarket?
You get one email from my car wey dem send give me and I click one link for there. I think say na my bank send me the email.
Suppose know say dem no dey click email wey you no ask for now, haba. Well, make I tell you, anytime wey you don see any email like this, wey dem start with dear customer, kinika, my sister, run because our bank wey you sef lis ten am, bank wey you dey use, how dem no go sabi your name, which one be dear customer? So before you go click any email, make sure say na the official one. Oh yeah, no go form aga, confirm am again.
This message is brought to you by the Bankers Committee, the
Hey, stand up! Hand over your money to me right now! Hey guys, Mr. K here. Nowadays, criminals hardly attack you physically when they want to steal your money. Instead, they've become smarter with the help of technology. So to ensure all of that doesn't happen to you, Stanbic IBTC hosted a webinar session titled How Secure Are You Online? And guys, one of the points raised is always use unique passwords on all of your accounts. Also, learn not to overshare your account details on social media. Of course, there were more tips that were shared at the webinar session. So if you want to know more, just visit Stanbic IBTC's YouTube page. With that said, have you been scammed online before? Let me know.
Before you frustrate me, I will frustrate you.
Hello everyone, good afternoon and welcome to another edition of our BlueTalks webinar powered by Stanbic IBTC. It's great to have you in here. Thank you all for joining. We appreciate that you are here and we hope that you would learn a lot today from our webinar today. My name is Aditi Adenichi. I work in the data, platform, and channels marketing at Stanbic IBTC. And it's a pleasure to have you here. I'll be moderating the session today. Please feel free. Let's introduce ourselves. Please just share your name and where you're chatting from. I'm in Lagos today. Please, feel free. I can see people in the comment section already have been engaging, interesting. We'd like to learn cybersecurity. Great. I'm pretty sure that you would learn a lot today. Great. Hi. Hello Adebola. Hello Victor Emmanuel. Hello Maria. You'd like to learn more about cybersecurity, Richard Samuel, don't worry, you can ask our tech experts. I'm sure that we have a lot of tech experts here today that will take your questions. Great, great, really. Thank you so much. Uzo Bayo says you like the adverts. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You're in Lagos. Oh, hi, Daniel. Hi, Abibat. Hi, Cyprian. Please come. Joy from Lagos. Hello, Joy from Lagos. It's nice to meet you. Hello. Hi, Stanley Simon Okeke. It's nice to meet you too. Hi, Oluwasegun. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Abibu Kazim, also from Lagos. Great. Thank you very much for joining. It's a pleasure to have you on here. We hope that you would learn a lot. While we are here, while we're introducing ourselves, when we say it's easy to stay safe online, what does it mean to you? Hi, Tutu from Tuju's Place. I definitely wants to DM somebody. Okay, great. Hi, Ebuka. Let's see Obasi Ebuka Isaac from Lagos. Hi, Priska from Enugu. Hi, Odefunke from Enugu. Hi, Tutu. Hi, Bro Calvary. It's nice to meet you all. Thank you all so much. Usabayo from Lagos. Ayababatunde from Lagos. Abimbola. I can see another Bayomi. I can see Kendall Cruz. I can see Olugbenga. Victor, Samuel, Richard. It's nice to meet you all. Thank you very much. I can see Ahmad is from Kano. I can see Jeremiah. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Keep it up. Keep it up. I can see Shewan Oyempemi from Lagos. Okay. Great. It's nice to meet you all. So, like I was saying, right? When you hear the theme, it's easy to stay safe online. What does it mean to you? What do you think of it? What does it? How does it resonate with you? For me, it means that you are. It's easy to stay safe online. Typically, as the theme says, you can be safe. You do not have to do things that will put you at risk, that can put you, at risk of any loss or whatsoever, on the online space. So I can see Olain Gwenga from London. Oh, nice to meet you. Abayomi from Kaduna, Chimaobi from Lagos, Josephine from Samuel to Chukwamaka from Lagos. Hi, hello everyone. It's nice to meet you. I'm Addis Adeniji, like I mentioned earlier. Thank you very much. Thank you, and welcome. Like I said, or maybe like we said when we're promoting the webinar, we have lots of giveaways today. So just listen, pay attention, and you might win. It's very possible for you to win. So just pay attention a lot throughout this webinar. Don't take your eyes off, because you never know when any question will come where you can win. Great. I see hello from Toronto. Hello. Hello, Oluwasegun. Hello, Cyprian. Hello, Odewale Simeon. Hello, Olowashili Abdullahi. Hello, it's nice to meet you all. Thank you all for joining our webinar. We'll be commencing very soon with our first question of the day that would have some lucky winners right now. So I hope our handlers are ready, because we're going to be asking this question and you can win. So October is the Global Cybersecurity Awareness Month, right? It's a global Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So what is the theme for this year? For October 2023, Global Cybersecurity Awareness. First two answers across our platforms: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. Whoever gets the answers first two correct answers get the answer. What is the theme for the 2023 Global Cybersecurity Awareness Month? I'm waiting for your answers. I can't see any answers in here yet, or maybe they're on other platforms I can't see. But I'm waiting for the first two correct answers. You're going to win. I won't tell you what you win, but don't worry. Our handlers will send you a message. Yay, we have one answer. I can see from Habibat from YouTube. Congratulations. Our handlers will be sending you a message pretty soon, so you can redeem your prize. We have one correct answer. I don't know if we have on other platforms too, so that we can conclude this bit and move on to the other question and introducing hi Salau, hi Abayomi Moses, hello everyone. We hope that I can see another response from LinkedIn, Ihuoma Oji, Secure Our World. That's correct. That's the theme for the 2023 Global Cybersecurity Awareness Month. It's lovely that everyone is joining, that everyone is engaging. It's nice. Keep it coming. We hope that you will have fun. I can see so many responses now, but I don't know. I'm sure our handlers will be able to attract who dropped the responses first, so that would be dealt Thank you all so much for participating. Just stay tuned. Like I said, we have more freebies coming your way. We have more giveaways coming your way. So just stay tuned and enjoy the webinar. Now I will be introducing our speakers for today. You see, at Stanbic IBTC, our tech team is wonderful. It is guarded. It is safeguarded, and we have our tech experts today that are going to share from their wealth of knowledge with us. I mean, this is like so wonderful already, and I am glad that we have these people on here. Firstly, I'll be introducing Abayomi Oluwole. He is the head of information technology security at Stanbic IBTC Pension Managers. Hi, Abayomi. Please introduce yourself.
Oh, thank you, Adetitu. Welcome to another webinar saying it is easy to stay safe online. Brought to you by Stanbic IBTC. This is one topic I'm quite passionate about. It is quite important for us to, adopt this approach as your trusted financial institution. Instead of sending you one-pager email, let's actually rub minds on issues like this that are growing trend. I'm sure you are concerned about protecting this new world of continuous cyber threats. Yeah, you are not alone. So, relax, lean, and join us as we embark on this journey to secure our online presence. I am Abayomi Oluwole. I am the head information technology security for Stanbic IBTC Pension Managers. I kid you not, I'm very much excited to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abayomi. It's lovely to have you on here. About now, I'll be introducing our second speaker, Kehinde Giwa. He's the head of IT security operations at Stanbic IBTC Bank. Hi, Kehinde.
Thank you so much, Adetutu. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kehinde Giwa, and I head Technology Security Operations for Stanbic IBTC. It's such a delight to be a part of this today. I'm excited about what we are about to unfold. Ensuring that we stay safely while we do our things online. So I hope that we enjoy this session, and more importantly, that we learn from it. So please, let's pay attention, make it interactive, ask your questions when you need to. We'll be ready to answer as much as we can. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kehinde. It is lovely to have everyone in here. I can see Desmond's comments. It's really glad to be here. Thank you. Hi, Chukwudi says it's good to be here. Thank you so much. I can see Tabashima from Benue. That's lovely. Nice to meet you. Nice to know that we had a good coverage from people all over Nigeria and even from outside Nigeria. I can see people from London and I can see Toronto also in the comments. Hi, Gabriel. Hi, Kendall Cruz. Be cyber smart. Yes, that is exactly why we are here. You want to teach you how you can be cyber smart in the days of our online. I know that in my parents' days, before you could convert, before you could have a communication with people, you had to maybe write letters. I can't imagine how people used to do that. I'm not shading anybody, but I'm just saying that those days, I can't imagine how it was. But now, if I want to speak to my parents, it's just a phone call. Within 10 seconds, I can connect to them. And everyone wants to send them a message. Within 30 seconds or less, we're having a conversation already via WhatsApp or any other social media that you want to use. So technology is very, very important to us now. People use technology for their work. A lot of our work is hinged on technology. But in the same way, it's also beneficial. It's the same way some people are also using it for evil. So you have to be on guard to make sure that you do not fall prey and you are always guarded. There's a question I want to ask, to sort of serve as an introduction, right, to this theme for today. Is it to stay safe online? Kehinde will be coming up now. So I just want him to advise us, or also even the audience, please tell me, should you share your passwords with anyone, regardless of who the person is to you, regardless of how close they are to you? Should you share your password with anyone? Passwords to anything, to your email account, to your bank account, to your work tools. Should you share your passwords? Please let me know if you should share your passwords. Is it good to share your passwords? Is it Rock Solid that said no. She will put the oh. Very good. No, Bridget says no. Thank you very much. No, you should not share your passwords with anyone. Never. No. Thank you. I like that people are very violent with this. Yes, please. No, don't share your passwords. No to password sharing. Thank you, Rock Solid Art. That's it's good that we already have that knowledge. So our tech experts will come here to even build on that, to also let you know what you should do and what you should not do with your passwords. Hello, Kehinde. Please share some light on that and also go into your presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Adetutu, and thank you so much colleague, everybody that have joined. I mean, I love the responses I get. Let me just touch on that password because we still have some more that will share with us. I mean, let's just ultimate thing, just guard it as your toothbrush. I mean, it's quite critical, and Crown is as like a critical asset to you. So it's more like your identity. So everybody out there, they just after your password, the identity, and all those things. So please, ultimately ensure that you guide your password as much as you can. So having said that, thanks. I mean, most of the responses I'm seeing here, they're very valid. You've made it's not good to share your password. Abibu Kazim, Oluwaseun Ashade say if I must, that would be my wife, but on the condition of similar security approach. Well, that is a disposition, but you say he can share with his wife and all those things, but security approach have to align. So and it doesn't. We will still looking into what we want to share today. I mean, my colleague will take us through a lot of these tips. Ultimately, I want to just give an overview of what's your role in this particular very critical and interesting topic. And just to before, just I mean to start. So this is more like a reminder and to also charge us that more than ever before, I think this is the time that we need to pay attention to these guidelines and a couple of other things will be shared on how we need to ensure that we remain the same, I mean, secure while online across all our digital platforms. So we can't take lightly the fact that guys are desperate than ever before. I mean, it's trying times. The socio-economic nature of, I mean, around us have pushed people into desperation. So they're looking for very slight opportunity to take advantage of weaknesses in terms of your practices. They're looking at where your are lapses in your cyber hygiene culture to take advantage. In as much as all of us have gathered here to seek more knowledge, everybody, the bad guys, they are also seeking knowledge. And I mean, interestingly, you know that times are changing. As you go down memory lane, if you recall that back in the days, it's quite very expensive to make information public. If you need to push something to the online to whatever, I mean, through the broadcasting corporation, paid a lot. It's very expensive. But then it's very cheap to keep it private. But if you look at it, it's flipped now. It's the other way around. Now it's very cheap to make things public. Everybody is there saying anything, and very expensive to make it private. I mean, the part of being expensive is what we're doing today to also make sure that you continue to share some of the tips, and you also form that habit to ensure that you abide by them because it's just that it's cheap now. So I love something around the cyber security. It's more like a saying. I mean, it's known. When we say out of sight, it's out of mind, and that's where I want to start from. And it applies to cyber and what we're trying to do. When you're out of sight, you're out of mind, and this same applies to you, your footprint, your digital footprint, what you do online. But by the time you are in sight, you are in mind, and people are aware. So please, before we delve into those, the key of our focus today, the discipline of how you compose yourself, things you do when you put yourself insight is what we want to learn, and also being able to manage it so that you are not just everywhere. We call it your digital footprint. It's what everybody watch out for. In as much as you're logging in here, logging out there, but it's not the duty of this. I mean, the platform owner. It's not the duty of wherever you work or whatsoever your cyber security team. We are all in this together, and our starting line is always that cyber security is everybody's business. There's a saying that says that, I mean, it takes amateurs to hack system, but professionals hack people. It is not data that is being exploited, but it is people. And that's why you are very key to this topic. And we continue to ensure that you take all these learnings and see how important you are. As devices are increasing, as you open multiple, I mean, digital channels, as you use your emails, the more your footprint is expanding. We can't take away the fact that the landscape is expanding and your risk exposure is also increasing. But the good news is that there are measures that we can take to also still protect and ensure that we don't unnecessarily expose ourselves. We need to ensure that, we protect ourselves from the harm, that the risks that might leak out or jeopardize our personal information. So I just want us to pay, attention to that, and also sharing with us that, in fact, these are public information, and that's why we've just presented to also show, to let you know that these things are really there. Facebook had a breach at some point in time, and what that informed, even some of the things we do, there's a part of the slide of our learning today that will also show you how you can minimize what you want to share. If you can't paste it on a billboard, think twice, don't share it, and all those things. And also, we look at this record, is very important. When we say that list of data breaches in cybersecurity, according to research, and this is just for September 2023 alone. So there were 71 publicly disclosed security incidents for September, and which accounted for close to 4 billion compromised records. So so either way, we could say there are responsibility that lies in the place of platform owners. There are also part that we also play, in the sense that, okay, when things are compromised, when this, are we can our record be found? Even if they found our record, are they things that are usable? And this is speaking to online and the online platform and channels. Ultimately, we talk more about password, but this is just to show us that it is closer to us than we probably think. So, and we've seen it in even the day-to-day report and news and engagement that we have about individuals that are getting compromised. It's not even as big as some of the global threat that I just shared earlier. We've seen whereby, even people around us take advantage based on some of the negligence to some of the few things that will share with us, that we just ultimately want you to pay attention to. And this is what we just used to share. That there's a link that I've provided on this particular slide, and I've been peeled. It's readily available for us. We can just use it as a check at every point in time to check our personal details, especially email addresses, to see where, if it's been compromised in that sense, it will tell us. This will also tell us if it's been listed for fraudulent in dark places and all those leak accounts online. So it uses a threat intelligence to be able to analyze hundreds of thousands of databases for containing information about billions on billions of leak accounts. As we have it at ibempune.com, you can just check it. You see the window, the slide for your email address. Check it and know. So the learning from this really, it's just that if it is, and you can't actually trace where it has gotten, the rule of thumb is that you change your password immediately. However, more importantly, where you're using that email for sensitive as identity for sensitive accounts, we recommend that you just change that as soon as you can. But ultimately, you can make this your companion. If you can go a step further, you sign up and it gives you a real-time alert notification when the account that you monitor has been compromised. There are quite a number, and it's not as if we're promoting this specific one, but we're just saying that there are also some guides and tips that we can have in monitoring all by ourselves. So we said it begins with us, and there are some basic expectations that we need. I'll stop at this point and hand us over back to Adetutu. After which my colleague will just run us through some of the key things that we have for us. Thank you once again I love the engagement on the chat already. Please, let's keep it coming. And hopefully we'll have time at the end of it to address all our questions. Thank you so much for having me. Let's stay enjoy.
Thank you so much, Kehinde, for that first bit. In fact, I have learned a lot. You should always stay clear, try to be guarded in whatever you do. Every time you're always online, just always know that you could fall prey. So you should always think twice before doing anything, clicking any link or whatsoever. I have another question that I want to ask before we proceed. Like I said, I told you that we have lots of giveaways in store for you. So please, The question is drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. I wish somebody could drum for me so I could ask my question. But don't worry, I'll ask the question. Who can tell me the full meaning of HTTP? So let's say it in the chats. I just need to tell me in the chats. What does HTTP stand for? The first two correct responses across our channels on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and on Twitter will get our reward. Please, let's do this. HTTP. What does HTTP? We have one. I can see one from Omotalani Sulaiman. Congratulations. You have one. I can see one answer already, one correct answer. One here from YouTube. I can see from Habibat also. I don't know. I think Habibat has one before. I'm not sure, but I mean, this is what I can see on here. I'm sure there are other things. I hope our handlers are taking note of the first two correct answers. It's coming in. Everybody's answering. Hey, I don't know how we're going to deal with this, but don't worry. You will all be rewarded. Our handler will send you a message so we can get your contact details and you will be able to receive your reward. Thank you all for engaging. Keep it coming. I told you, just listen to this webinar. You will win. I promise you, you will win. Just participate and engage, right? I could even give out people I thought generous as Stanbic IFTC, we could even reward you for just engaging. You never know. So just be as engaging as possible. Listen to this webinar. Now, I want to hand over to Abayomi Oluwole to take the second part of this presentation. Hi, Abayomi. Are you ready for us?
Yes, I did too.
Look at Abayomi should come right about now. Hi, Balaji. I can see so many answers coming in. Wow, people want to win our giveaway. It's fine. Don't worry about me. Ask in your presentation. I'm sure that they'll get another question. I'll ask people so people can win again.
Yeah, thank you very much, Adetutu, and very, very interesting conversation. Kennedy has been able to convince us about the criticality of staying safe online. I mean, the headlines alone, 4.5 billion compromised record for September 2023. Catch your attention. And the Facebook breaches as well. So like you said, simply visit ivibinpon.com, enter your email address. The site will inform you if your data has been involved in any form of data breach. And for the sake of your account security, is it worthy of explaining if your address appears there? And if you find your address there, take a moment to change the password. Change those passwords today. In today's world, the internet is undeniably one of the greatest invention ever. We've grown so accustomed to data, almost feel like losing touch with the entire world. And this simple truth underscores the importance of our cybersecurity in every aspect of our modern existence. The good news is that adhering to basic security measures can fend off a staggering 99% of online. Cybersecurity is no longer an afterthought. It is a vital concern that we all need to embrace. Today, cybercrime is projected to cost the world a staggering 10.5 trillion naira. So trust me, this projected revenue of 10.5 trillion is enough for the cyber criminals to, not to be able to resist. So paying attention to cybersecurity is now something you need to add to your list of concerns. And let me tell you why you should care. The threats are real and you are a target. Why? Because the data, the information you have, and the truth is there is a black market similar to what we see in the stock exchange where this data is bought and sold and values fluctuate on market conditions. So here are some examples of the leeways that the cyber criminals have taken to compromise. Almost daily, we read headlines about security incidents involving stolen login credentials, a major website has been shut down, theft, confidential trade secret leaked, and each of those incidents have a unique story to tell. And like I said, weak passwords are often the gateway to all this kind of fraud. I'll look at account takeover fraud, and this is a fraud where somebody manipulates you and gets your password to steal your identity and log into your account to launch financial advert. So to protect yourself, use strong and unique password for each of. And according to the UK Cybersecurity reports, over 23 million people still use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as their password. I mean, that's weird, right? So using the same password to log into your work, your application is an home application is risky. One key to open your house, your car, your office. I mean, if somebody gets access to that password, he has compromised all your key accounts. I also look at social media, and it's another consequence of using a weak password. Hackers often target our social media accounts. And why? To spread malwares or steal personal information, and even sometimes damage our reputation as individuals. So most of the social media accounts also come with enabled with multi-factor authentication. So take time to set up multi-factor authentication on your social media accounts so that I mean, there's another level of security for a complete, I mean, to restrict a complete account takeover. Email frauds, and this also occurs with weak passwords, unauthorized access to your email, fraudsters impersonate your account, which requesting for sensitive information. And the sensitive information and fraudulent emails can take many forms, but one common type is called business email compromise, BEC. BEC is a type of fraud where the fraudster sends an email that appears to be from a legitimate business or organizational institution or a supplier. The email may ask you to provide sensitive information such as your bank account, your retiree savings account, your stockbroking account, and your login credentials. And it might even ask you to wire money to a fraudulent account. So it's important to stay vigilant and to carefully scrutinize all emails that ask for safe information. Impersonation are problems in the real life and also problems in the digital world. Identity theft is real. Imagine you receive a call asking you to pay back a loan you never took. You're confused. I didn't apply for a loan recently, but you have all your personal information to prove it. It turns out that someone has stolen your identity, use your NIN or whatever to, apply for a loan in your name. They use your password, your personal information, the loans get approved, and they took off money with leaving you to deal with the consequences. That is scary, and these are some of the few reasons why we have to be very careful and ensure that we use strong password. So I'll quickly delve into phishing because it's one key social engineering attack. It's a social engineering attack designed to steal users' data, including login credentials and credit card information. Here are the red flags. The red flags are improper personal greetings, bad grammars, improbable stories. They appeal to your emotion. It's always urgent, like now, now, now. So, and always also check embedded links to check for senders' credibility. Also, there's something we call phishing, a form of phishing. Phishing is the one someone calls you via a voice call and try to social engineer you. Phishing is somebody sending you an SMS. And like, many of us must have received this kind of SMS. Click on this link. There's this job interview. These are other forms of phishing attacks. So we have to be vigilant in evaluating all requests, email, SMS, and be ensured that we do not provide sensitive information. Let's look at the anatomy of this email, and I like this example closely. Let's evaluate this to look for real-life scenarios of how to spot a suspicious email so that you can protect yourself from phishing attacks. So the email says it's from PayFriend. Now, the easiest way to tell if this is fake or not is to know, first of all, do I have a PayFriend account? Right away, you know that it is a phishing email if you do not have a PayFriend account and you are receiving an email from them. That is obviously a phishing email. But things could be also more trickier. When you actually have that account, you get. So let's look at it. This email contains some clickable links embedded. In this case, you just want to hover your mouse over the links on the bottom left hand side of the screen. You'll see the actual URL that the email link is going to other than payfriend.com. So, it's redirecting you to something else entirely, and it is over the HTTP protocol, and that means HTTP Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which is unsecured. There is a more secured version of this HTTP, which is HTTPS. hypertext transfer protocol secured. And you don't need to remember all these technical keywords. The easy way to look at it is any website you go to, look for the padlock sign. The padlock sign, when you see it, means that whatever information you provide or supply on those websites are encrypted and cannot be intercepted in clear text with urgency. And here's where you need to start looking critically at it. You must do this. Why must I? It always comes with urgency. And also there are, spelling grammars. All these are red flags for me. And these are simple tips of how to spot phishing emails. I'll look at another anatomy of another email. And this email claims to say your credit card is about to be suspended or will be suspended, supposedly sent from Stanbic IBTC because it has our logos embedded in there. But look at the sender address. The sender domain is xyz.com. Stanbic IBTC will never, outside Stanbic IBTC will send you an email. Additionally, sending an email to undisclosed recipients like it is a blast also raises further suspicion. And another red flag is to look at improbable pretext or story. Like you have won money. Why? You have won iPhone 5. Ooh. So some of these are common things that you need to, be very careful when you see. When somebody asks you to wire money to another account or a friend, somebody just chats you out of the blue from Facebook and say wire money to this account. Please, if you have not talked to that friend, you don't have that personal contact, do not wire that kind of money. Apart from this is impersonal greeting. Like someone said, Stanbic IBTC will not address you as their customer. You are very important to us and would attention, we pay more attention and details to, engaging you on one-on-one basis. It requires attention. You must download. So those are some of the things that we also need to when we receive these such emails. And trust me, they are very, very easy to flag out. Just take some time, look at it critically, and follow your intuitions as well. Social media. Social media is something that I enjoy to it relaxes me basically as when I'm not working. I go there, I go to Twitter, now X, I go to Facebook, I go to Snap, I go to Instagram. I have those accounts, but we have to be very careful of what we post on social media. Unlike Vegas, what you post online stays online. And go to your social media page, they will search for your background information. They will look at your work info. They will look at your address, your network of contacts. They are profiling you already. Then they create a story using emotions like fear. You have to click this now. If you don't do it now, this is the last, for this iPhone 15. If you don't click now, it's out of stock. So they look for something convince you to give you some level of great guilt and suppress your critical thinking. And at the end of the day, they create that classical story to say something to just lure you. So let that classical example. On your Facebook, you stumble upon a post on Facebook. A friend recently had a fantastic birthday party in the vibrant neighborhood of Ajah, Lagos. Everything was fun. The pictures were there. You saw old friends and all. You made comments. Oh, nice one. And the next thing, somebody has seen your comments, somebody has seen your bed, seen all the turn-ups and all. Then you get an email on Facebook again from saying that somebody referred you to them that there's this incredible 80% weekend discount deal at one, resort in Lagos. And here's the catch. They will not even follow up with another to just convince you to click on the link in that embedded in the email, because the email you received, has an attachment or a form which has been embedded with malwares that can compromise you or steal your data. So they act fast. So you have to be beware and think before you click. You have to be sure that you're not unwittingly opening the data. So you need to stay sharp, you need to stay safe, and you need to follow your intuition. So I think that on this note, I will back down to, give it back to Adetutu so she can run us through some of the questions so that this is more interesting and engaging. We will also be looking through the charts to the comms. Thank you. Back to you, Adetutu.
Thank you very much, Abayomi. I hope that the audience has been very much engaged and we have learned. Abayomi said, if you receive a message or a mail from someone and it's quite urgent, call the person to confirm, because the moment you click on any link that can gain access to your device or whatever, you're already at risk. So you need to just call the person to confirm, why do you need this information from me? It's not every link you see that you should just click, and don't just act based on the urgency or whatsoever that the email tone is. You should, even when your bank sends you an email, right? And you see, oh, dear customer, your bank would always address you by your name because they have your name. They have details they need from you, basic emails, your phone number, email. They would never address you commonly, just dear customer. So you need to be cautious, right? Like I said, we have giveaways for you. There's another question coming up now. Does anybody goes drum for me? Can I hear drum roll? I can't hear drum roll, but don't worry, I'll ask my question. Um, One question that I want to ask now is give an example of a kind of authentication. When you want to gain access to your account or your emails or your phone, even what sort of authentication do you use? Give an example. I'll give one just so that I can give you people a tip, right? Example is a password. What other examples do you know for authentications to your accounts? Do you want to share? I can't see any comments yet in here. Can I get responses? Can people give me responses? Can people give me responses? I'm going to take my giveaway to but I'm going to take it to Mo. I need people to engage so they can collect it from me. Can you guys engage? I'm waiting for the comments. I've given an example. An example is a password. Oh wow, I can actually see so many passwords. So my god, I can see so many. Oh wow, there's 2FA, two-step password and pin, even facial recognition and thumbprint. Do you want to carry my whole bag of giveaway? Ematili there. Do you want to carry, because you've given out everything already. There's some Jeremiah said TOP, but I think he means OTP. That's correct. And 2FA, real one, 2FA password, pin, fingerprint, Google 2FA, Google authentication. Well, I can't track this. I'm going to leave it at the hands of our handlers so they can select who will win, because it's going to cause fights. I cannot see all of these. You guys are both incorrect. Thank you very much for engaging. Fingerprint, duo, pattern. Yes, pattern two is also correct. Phone calls. Yes, exactly. To authenticate that you're trying to access your account or your phone. Voice, very correct. Richard Oyadino, you're very correct too. Fingerprints from Jessica is very correct. We have tech gurus. We should just even give some of you the chance to even speak today, because I mean, you guys are already so hot already as I'm speaking. Abayomi, please, we have some cyber gurus in here. I hope you're ready for us now to take our presentation. Hi Abayomi, I hope that you're ready for us. We're waiting for Abayomi, but I mean, I can still see people speaking on here. Retina scan link.
Yeah, thank you, Adetutu.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I meant to call Kehinde actually, not Abayomi. Kehinde, please. Thank you.
Thank you. I understand a little too. I got carried away also with the cyber savvy set of people in the chat. So, thank you so much. You guys have been amazing. I was looking at the responses, and they are not far fetched from, a demonstration of, the basic good knowledge of what we're sharing. We're rounding up now, and if you can recall, by all means, I've taken us through some basic and practical examples. What I'm just to do is to, summarize some of these things for us so that we can create room for interaction and engagement and questions. That we love to hear you and we love to answer your question. But to begin with, from my side, some of the additional tips of how we remain secure is about what you share. While I'm looking for my slide, you don't remember I mentioned something earlier that if you can't put it on the billboard, then think twice before you put it on any social media platform. And that is very key and vital for us. So if you can't, just minimize what you share. You don't have to share, or think twice that if these details fall into the hands of the wrong ones? Well, will I be exposed? Will I get compromised and all those things? Another tip that we just summarize about privacy setting is about privacy setting. Let me bring up my. So, good enough. A lot of online platform have matured in their privacy settings today, and thanks to the likes of MDPR, GDPR, and the likes that have enforced and mandated them to do that. So this is for advantage. It's for, let's make use of it. You can minimize what gets exposed. You can minimize what is being shared. You could also decide not to be a part of it and decline. And ultimately, remember we mentioned something about managing our footprint. So when there are posts that are flying up around and you don't want to be a part of it, please untag yourself from it. The options are there for us to untag. And the lessons today is that we manage our digital footprint. Remember what I said, that as much as you are everywhere, you're increasing the landscape, and the risk exposure also increases. And you need to take deliberate actions to ensure that you're not victim of a lot of these things. As much as we can, please let's ensure that we minimize our digital footprint and only sign off or be part of what needs to be signed off. We've talked a lot about password. The use of strong passwords is very key. There's a second part that we'll answer. We were all right. Second, two-factor authentication. So a second validation is key and is important. So please, let's ensure that we sign up for that. And like we share those examples on the phishing, those anatomy of those mails that Abayomi ran us through. So please, when a link is untrusted and the likes, and you don't know the source, don't click on it. If you need to seek for clarification or for assistance or the likes, please let's ensure we do that. And very important for us is the application that we use. Only use trusted applications. And we have our mobile devices, we have our, there are approved stores that are on it, Google Drive, the Play Store. And the reason that there's a level of checks and governance that those applications has gone through for them to be available. So please, and if you have to do anything outside of that, know that ultimately it is trusted. And jailbroken phone, is key. The enticements around this is that it comes at a lower cost and the likes. But what you should know that when it's jailbroken, it just means that the security features, a lot of the embedded features is gone already, it's been broken, just so that it give you free access into it. So what you do on those phones is very key, it's very important. So please, let's just be wary of that. If you must, because I can't say no entirely, but be mindful of what you do. And ultimately, what we're trying to do today is just to make us aware. Be aware of all these things so that you can manage how you interact with them and how you control that your footprint across every online. Backing up is also very key. Just having multiple copies of your system. For all of us that work in corporate environment, even you, one thing could lead to other, and probably your layered defense approach phase, and you get encrypted. Falling back to your backup is a good approach. And ultimately encryption, and I love the part that we combine it with encryption here. If you know that a backup would just be another copy of all your digital assets. But if it falls into the hands of wrong people, then the encryption saves you. Then, without the decryption key and some of those controls, it's almost unusable for everyone. So activating screen lock, please. It also looks simple, but it's key. A lot of us have set the screen lock timeout and all those things on our phones, on our devices. The split seconds that you've said, maybe 1 minute of delay is even more than enough for somebody to take advantage. Or it could just be, like Abayomi said, detail, just have a reconnaissance, just trying to get some details, background checks around with you. So please, it's also very important. That's when you see that most of the quite security aware applications that we run, part of the baseline requirement is that you have a screen log. It even check it as part of the compliance check on your system. Let's not take it lightly. Remember, all these things is more like a different layers of controls and security, and none is really less important than the other. So if you can just stay within this framework of make it a way of life or behavior or pattern, then we can be assured that we are ultimately safe. And lastly, I'll just touch. If it sounds too good to be true, I love this. It probably is. So there's no freebies. We've seen this. Now you see it as part of the attribute of the phishing. The enticement is one of the feature. They give you something that you just eager, something within you. Your church mind will be telling you that this is not too real, but the reward, you're also looking at it from another part that there are chances that so please, if it sounds too, get different multiple alternative approach to validate if you have shown some sign of interest. But as a rule of thumb, just move on. But then it's not everything that sounds too good that comes out bad, but we're seeing a greater percentage of these things. Don't be overly enticed by this. Using this, we always talk about this public networks, physical plugging of USB device. And I know a lot of questions come around public network, airport, and the likes. So what we just say is for you to be mindful. The truth is, the control, the security around those Wi-Fi are not in any way in your hand. You could be dealing with somebody, an organization that is compromised. And the reason that you need to also be very mindful and stay away, especially when you're in an environment with some, they don't have some of the controls around wireless network, wireless intrusion prevention, and the likes are not there that could help them detect rogue devices. It's very easy. Just name it. It could be in an airport, JFK. Anybody could just set up an access point and name it as GSK something. So you don't know, and because you are so used to taking advantage, looking for free Wi-Fi, everything, you just fall. So what we're saying is be mindful of it. If it's not trusted, if it's not known, if you're not able to validate, okay, this is my hotel room, they've given me the authentication, even at that, be mindful of what you do. And this USB, I love the part because you remember back in the days, the USB port and the likes, they're just channels for malware, virus, and the likes. So please, let's be mindful of it. A lot of keylogger that appears in form of USB, that are in form of USB device that just steal your credentials are also there. So if it's not for you, if you don't know the source, if you don't know where, you can't also vouch for where it has been used, where it can be used, just decline. And I've seen a lot of chat and other things around ensuring that you visit only secure site. So please, let's just make sure that S stands for secure. It just gives a lot of security. The channels are encrypted. And in conclusion, like we've said, it's just a brush over everything we've done. Please, let's remember that for every areas, for every site, every platform, our digital online presence, it increased our exposure. And the truth is that it doesn't also take away the fact that despite all that, we can apply some basic measures to make sure that we are safe. We are safe, we don't fall victim, and we are not compromised. Remember what I said earlier, that we are also crown jewels, our processes. So you remember there's technology, processes, and people. So when people say that, when these actors see that they can't do much on technology, they go after people, and people will always be exploited. So please, what we just shared this afternoon is that they are not difficult, but ultimately they are sufficient enough to ensure that you have a safe and secure online presence. Thank you so much for having me. And on this note, I'll just pass it on to Adetu to please keep the engagement ongoing and keep your questions coming. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kenny. I like that people were even discussing in the chat already as to how they are gaining from this. I'd like to call Abayami. Do you have something else to say to us so we can learn from you too? I mean,
Yeah,
Abayami
thank
is not
you,
coming up, but
Adetitu.
thank you so much.
Yes,
You
and
were
very,
very
very, very
engaging. A lovely time
interesting
with you.
conversations.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, please, if you have questions, please drop your questions in the chat. Right after Abayami speaks now, we will be taking questions from the audience. I also have some questions I want to ask our tech experts anyway, but Abayami, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Adetitu. Very, very, very interesting conversation we've had this afternoon. Um, in this dynamic digital age, where our lives are intertwined with the online world, I mean, it is imperative for us to stay safe online. I mean, this cannot be overstated. As we navigate this vast digital landscape, always remember that your online safety is just not your personal responsibility. It's a collective commitment to preserving the security and well-being of ourselves, our loved one, and our colleagues. So you are well on your way to, I mean, with the tips you had today, you are well on your way to reduce the chances of you being a victim of fraudulent activity on the internet more safely in a secure manner. So this is to say again, yes, you can secure our world. We can build a safer and a more secure digital world for our generations to come. Let's go for it, I mean, and continue to take the tips we've learned today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abayomi. I can see some questions in the chat already, but just before I go right into the questions in the chat, I just have a question for Kehinde or Abayomi. You mentioned that if you do not want whatever information you post on social media to be on a billboard, then do not post it, right? For example, some social media apps would have you upload some details, of yourself before you create a profile. Facebook, for instance, you have probably have your name, your primary school information, secondary school, uni, your friends, families, next of kin, all of that information on your Facebook profile. And in this bit, you are saying that we should be cautious on how we post on social media, on what we say. So I am caught between the two. What do we do and what do we not do on our social media, for example? Can you please?
Very valid, and I quite much agree with you that we need to strike a balance. And the truth is, I mean, it used to be a very difficult scenario, and that's why the likes of the data protection regulation has come in to protect our interest. There are requirements for, KYC, basic. I mean, you can't hide them, and that's why those regulations have come in specifically for our interest to ensure that the organizations, use it for this what they intend to use it for. Those are back-end details, and there's a consent. If they have to use it, they have to seek your consent. But there are still instances. If you look at the slide that we shared about compromise, there are breaches. Facebook got breached. We can't take away the fact of some of the confidential information of personal identifiable info details that we have shared with them. But ultimately, the ones that are directly in our care. So I'll leave some of the regulation and the process, the procedure, the protocol, the controls they have on that side. And that's why there are also regulations that check them. So compliance with this. So, but definitely if it's not needed, if it's not a compulsory feed, if you don't have to sign off, the rule of thumb that you stay away from it as much as possible. But if part of a KYC requirement to a critical service that you need for you have to supply and also understand, the privacy terms, just to know that those details are for what they've intended to use and not to be shared and you publicly. Where we have issues is the ones that you just paste online, the ones that you've not set the place publicly available. I mean, things like just your date of birth, random things that speaks to your personal details that can be used as in places, especially what we try to. So you see a lot of people use, I mean, date of birth across different channels, and they also use the same thing as PIN and password in other across other channels. You also remember that there are also recovery details tied to most of these platforms, and you yourself select date of birth as part of your recovery details. You select your maiden's name, and it's everywhere. Somebody could just be trying to recover your details. So what we've said is that minimize it where it has to be used. Be mindful of, just be very mindful of it, so the next time you're setting some security question or something, they don't form part um of your details that you submit. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kennedy. That is very valid because a lot of our security questions that when we want to open an account or whatsoever is what's your mother's maiden name? And from a simple search, you can simply search what your mother's former surname was, and then you're already at risk. You're prone to any attack. So thank you very much for that. I hope that people are learning, to make sure that you limit how much you give out this information. Abayomi, I want to ask you a question, right? You were mentioning passwords, multi-factor authentication during the time we were speaking. Why is it important? Why do I need to activate multi-factor authentication on my devices? Can't I just sign in with my password or PIN and go? Why do I need to put so many extra layers? Abayomi, I'll be waiting for you. And after that, I will now take questions in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you again, Hadetitsu, and very, very, very interesting question again at that. So the use of password, I've seen a lot of improvement over the years, and people, why do I need to have multi-factor authentication when I even use a strong password? No, multi-factor authentication is a big improvement. Even though your password is strong, you still need to have that second level of authentication. I mean, it's like a backup for a backup lock on your door, a secret password that allows you knows something. So the mix of who you are, what you know, what you have, combined together makes it a multi-factor authentication. So the next time you are asked to provide an extra layer of security, remember that it's like having a backup lock on your door or a smart lock to keep your information safe. It is an important tool to protect your account, your data, and your identity. Enable them on your social media accounts, your personal emails. And interesting, we have this functionality embed our websites, our apps, and everything. So, I mean, thank you, Aditi. So I'll hand over back to you.
Thank you very much. So, Abayomi, that is really insightful. Remember that I still have one more question to ask the audience, but I won't ask now. Just be patient. Hold on. I'm not in a rush. Okay. The webinar will be rounding up very soon. And once I take questions in the chat, now we're going to leave, right? I would be asking a question from Stephen Olorundare. He says, on managing your digital footprint, what is the best approach to handling exposed personal data from platforms you no longer have access to? This is really, really intriguing, actually. I'm actually interested to know this. Kende, would you like to take this, please? Thank you.
All right, thank you. I think it's quite tricky. It's not a position where we want to be. We want to find ourselves really. And ultimately, I want to believe that you probably after, let me just rephrase. Yeah, I think the question is after you've done your due diligence and you have done your part, one way or the other, your details eventually get compromised as it's just there in the white. So the first rule of thumb is just to probably you have to create a new account. You have to find a way that you change the details, what you have. Ultimately, it's also very important by the time we're approaching most of this. I want to believe an online channel or whatsoever. The recovery approach to recover your credential is also an important part of it. And the best thing as a rule of just to make sure that you prevent this from happening, the two-factor authentication thing that you've mentioned and all this why. But beyond that, I mean, we can also reach out the support. There's always a lot of the support function and the model that we also need to familiarize ourselves with. I mean, the X platform, the YouTube, and all those things, they have a support system that most of the time we're not aware of it, that we can also engage. This is when everything is completely entirely out of your control. I mean, informing your close folk about what has happened and working with the support to recover your account is very key. Beyond that, let's stay aware, let's stay ready before this. If you have a platform, try and understand the recovery approach. There are no the questions and all those things that requires in the case that this happens. But to just prevent this entirely, please pay attention to everything we have said so that you don't get yourself in this position. There could be other ways that you handle it. And if something you don't need, I just put out a disclaimer there that is not needful. You do it because a platform that doesn't even have a recovery process back to the right identity, the owner of the platform is also questionable. So please, let's also be aware of most of these things so that before, even if it happens, because there's something around cyber too that everybody's adopting. There really is. And that's why we all say generally that the cyber landscape will remain as amber because the knowledge is keep increasing. By the time you close it, somebody is also reaching out. So how we respond is also very important. Within the corporate environment, also a very key component of cybersecurity. Defensive approach, protection, and even your incident response. So we can also just be aware of how we respond to most of those things in the event of this happen. But ultimately, let's stay be guided so that we can prevent the occurrence. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I hope, Stephen, that has answered your question. I'm taking a question from Alao Jeremiah. I can see this is from YouTube. He says, "How do you identify a phishing link aside a link that has the HTTPS in front?" I think Abayomi has spoken about that earlier on, so I'll be inviting Abayomi to please give a response to that. Hello, Abayomi. I can see so
Yeah,
many.
thank
After this
you.
question, I'll be asking my final giveaway question.
Thank you, Adeti, too. And it's quite easy to identify a phishing link. And some of the things that we've itemized during the presentation was it always comes with a sense of urgency. Um, there has been some advancement also in phishing where even some of these phishing emails come with a secured protocol being that is the HTTPS secured. So one is, it comes with a sense of urgency. If you are not expecting any email from anyone, follow your intuition, read through, don't be in a haste to respond. Also, there are many improbable pretexts or pre-stories. You did not go to Harvard. You got an email that your e-certificate from Harvard has been sent to you. Have some of the red flags to say this is obviously a phishing email. But lastly, I always just like to say, follow your intuitions. If you think it's wrong, if something feels odd, it is probably odd. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abayomi. I can see that the audience is really engaged, and we'll keep it rolling. Just two more questions, and we are going to call it a wrap. And I'll ask my giveaway question too. Nobody should rush me; it's my time, so you just have to stay tuned, answer my questions, and you receive your reward. Okay. So someone asked here, said, "What are the requirements to become a certified cybersecurity expert?" I'm interested though. Everything just tech. Maybe I should move to tech. Please. How can I become a certified cybersecurity expert? Can you please educate us?
So, let's start with this first because it's answered. Certified cybersecurity as expert. You have to take the certificate. But most importantly, I think what I share with people is first of all, become a cybersecurity expert. I don't know, we pay so much attention to certify. To answer this question, which is not what I will answer. To become a cybersecurity expert, look for certifications. There are cybersecurity expert certification and take it. You have, but ultimately, I think we should focus more about becoming a cybersecurity expert. And what I tell people is that, I mean, for you to even secure that space, you need a good understanding of that space. So your knowledge, wherever you are, and this is just to encourage us, if we still aspire, we're looking at that career path, wherever you are within technology is part of the path to becoming a certified cybersecurity expert. If you're in the networks, in database, infrastructure, even business control, project, I mean, solution development developer. So ultimately, I advise have a good knowledge, a basic knowledge across board, so that what you want to secure, you need to have some underlying understanding of it, and along the line, you have the basic requirement of, I mean, information and cyber security learning. But there are quite a number of certifications that we can take to become a cyber security expert, but without there are known IS2 and the likes, quite globally recognized one. But ultimately, let's shift towards that away a bit, become a cybersecurity expert. And along the line, you can also just take the certifications to confirm or validate what you've known. And also, if you're just taking it to seek recognition, you can just check. Once you take a certificate, a written exam that has that, I mean, that the HU certificate, then you're already a certified cybersecurity leader. But it's just a part. You take the intermediate and the lighter before they now become an expert. It comes with years of experience also, because there are always requirements. So please, wherever you are within technology, you are also on the good path, and you can aspire, take the basic things and switch at the right time. Thank you.
So when Kennedy was not giving his answer, he was specific that wherever you are in technology, so that he's just indirectly saying that if I'm not in technology, I'm not eligible. It's okay, no problem. I don't want tech anyway. I'm fine in marketing. That's all right. My giveaway question, the last one, the final one today, and we're going to reward people like we said. What is two-factor authentication? So there are three options. So I need you to answer me either it's A, B, or C. So just listen to the questions, the options correctly, and then give the correct option in the chats, right? So what is two-factor authentication? A kind of coffee. Two, that's B rather. So A is a kind of coffee. B is an extra layer of security, requiring a second form of verification, and C, a video game. A is a kind of coffee, B is an extra layer of security requiring a second form of verification, and C is a video game. What is 2FA, two-factor authentication? So answers, I need the answers in the chat right now. I can see B from Enrico Enterprises, I can see Sirika Giwa, I can see Alao Jeremiah. B is winning today. Oh wow, so many B's, so many B's. I don't know who was the first person to drop a B. So our handlers will check and they will revert to you as soon as possible to let you know who won. And you just watch out on our social media platforms. We will post, we'll reach out to you anyway to get your information so we can credit you. Thank you all so much for joining this afternoon. It has been a pleasure to have this conversation with you. I'm Melissa Adeniji, like I said. Kane Degiwa, Abayomi Oluwole has been lovely. Do you have final words for us? Kane, please want to go first. Final words for us.
We've said it just to let us know that we become target when not for doing the wrong things, just because that we engaging with platform and channels online. We can't cease to be victims of this threat actor. But ultimately, the good news remain in as much as you're seeing threat and leak and breaches here and there, adhering to these basic hygiene, cyber hygiene measures will help us to stay always secure and safe online. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kane. Abayomi, would you like to give us any final words before we conclude now? Hello, Abayomi.
Yeah, thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. And on the final, it is an ongoing quest for online safety. And remember that knowledge is our greatest armor. With the knowledge we have, and by following the few basic steps that we've highlighted, I mean, trust your instincts. You're well on your way to stay safe online. I mean, it's a world of thank you.
Thank you very much, Abayomi. Remember that Stanbic IBTC is a trusted financial services institution, and we would not allow your account to be compromised. And if you do suspect that your account has been compromised, or if it has been compromised, please reach out to us on 0700 909 909 909, or you can send an email to customercarenigeria@stanbicibtc.com. Also, if you have any questions or inquiries regarding our products and services, please reach out to us at callme@timecapsy.com, and we'll reach out to you very soon. Thank you all so much. Watch out for the next edition of our Blue Talks webinars. Congratulations to our winners. We'll be reaching out to you shortly. Thank you all so much, everyone. Bye-bye.